What's up, everybody, and welcome to another 4Gamers unboxing of
Star Wars Destiny.
Look at that, look at that. Came out this May 4th, so we got one of our boxes, one of our many boxes we're going to get. Looks like May 25th is going to be the actual release date.
Second wave?
They're calling it a second wave, it's the actual wave. So yeah, things we're looking for is going to be the Palpatines, the Death Troopers. What do you want?
I'm personally looking actually for FN2199 and Baby Vader, and then I'm looking for a lot of weapons, like all the Vibra Blades, Vibra Knives, Ascension Gun, everything.
So far, out of our pre-releases, big note cards we got is Vibro Knife and Force Lightning. So
yeah,
hopefully we get some more of those. All right, first pack.
Nice.
That was a no-no. First, we got Smuggling Freighter. I think this card already got errated, and the set hasn't even come out yet.
No, Smuggling Freighter didn't get errated.
Which one's the one that got errated? There's a card that got errated.
Yeah, I remember a few cards got errated, but it wasn't. Oh, it was Outer Rim Smuggler.
Same thing, it's yellow. After you resolve one of this die's sides showing a value of 2, place this support on top of your deck. Meh. It's meh to me, but I don't know the meta, how it's going to shape. Friends in High Places is our uncommon. And then we got the standard commons. We're not going to go over the comments, just because you're going to see a bunch of them probably. Then we have a villain support, E-Web emplacement. While you control the battlefield, the value of each of this die's sides is increased by 1, and it's got some pretty good. It's got 1 to 2 to 1 and 2 made or range, 2 and 2 range, so that becomes 3.
And so technically that becomes 3 shields. Nice.
And
ooh,
we got my first training.
Training is a very important card for this meta. With all the Death Trooper decks that are going to be going, you know, if people, in case they want to run one Palp with someone else, they can use training with their what is it, cargo hold is the battlefield. One of the battlefields moves over and upgrades, so it would essentially elite your Palpatine.
Then we got this set's version of like Ray's staff and BB-8. Just everyone was pulling this card at the pre-release. You probably already know what it does. After you activate the support, look at a random card in an opponent's hand. If that card is an event, you may remove this die to discard it.
So basically like a probe every turn if you want it, almost.
And your eyes can deceive you. These are uncommon. No legendary yet. Let's see if they stick with their 6 legendaries per box thing. Delta 7 Interceptor. New vehicle support for heroes. Special reroll up to 3 dice, yours and or your opponent. So a little bit of dice control that heroes are lacking. It's got a nice 2 and 3 range side with a refocus.
Nice, nice.
I don't see a place for it right now.
Not a legendary yet.
Rebel is our uncommon. And we got Butthole.
Our first battlefield. Nice.
It's gonna be our first
cargo hold too.
I saw purple on the die.
Oh. What we got?
We have a handcrafted light bow.
Yeah. First legendary of our box.
It's got the blind samurai on this.
Donnie Yen turret.
Special, deal 3 damage to a character and remove all shields from a character, then deal 2 damage to that character.
Pretty good special. It's got one of those rare double specials.
I think you got to choose one or the other.
Yeah, you can only choose one, but still you have the option.
Mix-sided damage. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of mixed damage, but we'll see how this runs. And then we got after you claim the battlefield, force an opponent to deal 2 damage to their characters distributed as they wish.
That was part of the combo that got errated, was through the set-aside zone. So basically, it's part of the Hyperloop combo. Essentially, the Hyperloop got errated with,
It's basically banish after use now.
Yeah, exactly. So you basically banish it so you can't keep reusing it over and over and over again, because then Planetary Uprising would let you win in like 2 or 3 turns.
Our first character is TIE Pilot.
TIE Pilot's going to be very, very interesting. So if you either have 2 TIE Pilots or you use training to elite your TIE Pilot, essentially your opponent can't use dodge anymore, which is pretty good.
Now, I know there's a lot of confusion about this card, so we'll see how that all plays out with rulings and whatnot. Like if it's a part of a removal, if it only removes itself and they can remove others and things like that.
So in the updated rules book, they actually talked about it. So if you have 1 TIE Pilot die and you have a bunch of other die and your opponent uses something like dodge, it would only get rid of the TIE Pilot die. However, if you had 2 TIE Pilot dies, then they would protect each other, meaning nothing got dodged.
A new type of reversal card, friendly fire, spot range damage, remove that damage or that die and do damage to a character. So that's actually
the die
really
for
good.
TIE Pilot?
It's over there somewhere.
Okay.
I think it's in the bag.
Oh, something I'm looking forward to.
Viro Knucklers. It's a villain card. I don't know why he's looking for it since he's light side player.
I just said I was running a 2199 deck.
All of a sudden, he wants to run 2199. It's got ambush. Before resolving this die, you may spend 1 resource to increase its value by 1. And it's got a 1/1/2, no resource cost, and a 1/2 discard. Very good card. What are some good yellow melee characters?
Yellow melee. I can't really think of any.
I know Chewbacca has one, but he's not a villain.
But he's not a villain.
And then we got Traitor.
Traitor!
Ambush, discard the top card of your deck, then remove a die not showing a special that has a value equal to or less than the cost of the card you just discarded. I don't really like that card. Can't really see the benefit of it right now. Because, I mean, most of your cards are going to cost 1, 2 tops in a lot of decks, especially red decks.
Yeah.
Unless you pop an Endless Ranks or something like that, which you much rather use Endless Ranks than discard it.
Well, looks like we got our second TIE Pilot. Our first double character. So we can bring 2 of them.
So we don't gotta go over him. Momentum shift. Move a shield from an opponent's character to one of your characters. That's interesting.
What does it move? What?
Move a shield from one of your characters to, or from one of your opponent's characters to your characters.
Pretty nice.
And it's 1 cost. Neutral. So that would work good with Qui-Gon decks.
That would work very well with Qui-Gon.
I'm trying not to look at the dice. A character that got me really interested in this set.
Probably a very heavy card in the new meta, hopefully, is Jin Urso. So Jin is adding that really good discard to the meta that we've been missing recently.
The cost of the first shield event you play each round is decreased by 1 as well. So that's free electroshocks, I believe.
No, electroshock is 2. Yes, it's 2.
I'm gonna fight you on that.
I think it's 2.
But yeah, just good all around. Salvo. Resolve one of your damage dice on range turns against each of an opponent's characters. It is neutral, so that will be one of those cards that are going in your...
No, you right. It's electroshock is
I know, right? In your Django decks, in your Death Trooper decks. Anything that has red damage, you should probably... Or red range damage, you should probably play that card. Another character, we have the Royal Guard. The Guardian basic, just Guardian card mixes with the Rebel Trooper that that Heroes had last set.
Oh yeah.
With his Guardian, you cannot play blue abilities on this character, so this is gonna hold your lightsabers.
Unless you use Sith Holocron, obviously.
And then trust your instincts. Small blue character to reroll any of its character and upgrade die.
With Kanan Jarrus. Hopefully he's a character next set. Because I know we got spoiled that Sabine Wren is going to be in set 3, so hopefully there's
It's already a promo up there of her.
So hopefully there's going to be a lot more Rebels characters. And Clone Wars.
The whole fucking card set just fell out. We got Journal of Ben Kenobi. Lots of blanks on this.
There are a lot of blanks.
Actually, remove this die to draw a card. So that's probably what you're going to be doing mostly with this, is getting card draw out of it. I'm not a fan of this card at all. There's little that I could see it being useful with. Then you got Resolve, discard a card from your hand to reroll opponent's die. Would be slightly better if there was a ambush on that.
Especially with Han.
Well, especially with the fact that you're losing a resource and a card. What's unpredictable?
Yeah.
Is it unpredictable 0?
I think it's 1. It might be 0. I don't know.
You've been wrong before.
So just real quick, so this is one of the cards that was in the thing, Long Con. What do you think of the meta adding all these cards where you have to have... Basically, they're useless unless you have an extra copy.
Well, I mean, it's good for cards like the Resolve we just looked at, where you could discard a card from your hand. It's essentially useless unless it's in your discard pile.
Right, yeah.
I don't like it. I think it wastes 2 spots, and there's... With 30-card decks, spots are too valuable right now. And with an ability of gain 3 resources, that's very good, but I'd rather see something else in my deck than that. Then we got this weird ass
Jedi Acolyte. I've actually already gotten one of him from the pre-release, so I have 2 now. And the main deck he's probably going to be ran in is Luminara Undali, the Jedi Master. That basically she says if you resolve a die, increase it by 1, and if you resolve a die from a non-unique character, increase it by 2. And so he is non-unique. And he also has the ability that says when you resolve this die, increase it by 1. So you're increasing it by 3 if you have Luminara and him.
So, I mean, that could equal out to 4 discard and 6 refocus.
Yeah.
Which are the sexy ones in that. I mean, it's got one melee side. That's really worthless in my opinion.
One melee? Yeah. It's only one melee.
Well, and it's only 1 damage. So I mean, I like it for the discard and refocus, but I wouldn't play that. Watch me at Worlds playing it. Resolve one of your dice showing a resource cost for free. It's essentially a battleground. Only it's not any die.
Ewok Village. Woohoo!
Next, we got a card that's going instantly in all my Vader decks.
It's going in my decks as well.
Vibro Knife. Ambush. While this die is in your pool, melee damage dealt by your dice, including this die, is unblockable. I don't know why you wouldn't play this card in any deck that has melee sides. Just fucking... I wouldn't be surprised if this card was a legendary. I like it better than the legendary we actually got.
Yeah, this is going to be the next holdout blaster where everyone's looking for them.
Imperial Inspection. After one of your dice rolls a disrupt, you may exhaust this support to return an upgrade in play that costs 2 or less to its owner's hand. It's a good little spot removal.
So we still only have...
I don't know what it would recycle. Maybe promotion, so that way we could draw off a promotion again.
Now you will die. Nice.
Next we got Supply Line, a rare. Reroll any number of your dice if it's a special. It's basic. Don't see a spot for it at all. 1 refocus and a resource getter. Coming with momentum shift again. That was the one who moved his shield.
Ooh, bait and switch. That's a good card.
We got the first of 5 I'm looking for of Death Troopers.
So many Death Troopers.
We're looking to get 10 of these Death Troopers, 5 per deck. Just have fun with. We don't know how good it's going to be. There's no reason for this not to be fucking phenomenal. Especially with cards like Training.
You also need it for Director Krennic.
Endless Ranks. Things like that. Great card. Great character. On 10, it's better than a Trooper. It's got 4 damaging sides and 1 disrupt. Then we get Sustained Fire. Play only if you had 2 or more dice showing rain damage. Remove all shields from all of an opponent's characters. Which, if you're playing anything, look at that artwork. I love it. I don't know why I like that artwork. But if you're playing anything range, you're gonna hit that each time. Unless you just roll like utter shit. Which has happened in this game more times than I can count.
Oh yeah. That's the tough part about this game is the luck aspect.
So far we've only got 1 legendary. If I only get 1 legendary in this whole box, this ain't going up at all. We got the errated outer
rim smuggler.
Outer rim smuggler. Do you know what it got errated to?
Yeah. So if I could just read it real quickly. It says after you play the last card from your hand, gain 1 resource. Basically, what people were using this with, they were using 2 outer rim smugglers, and they were using 2 copies of Return of the Jedi. So it's basically you could bring the card back into your hand. You could keep replaying it. So it was an infinite loop of resources, basically. So now they errated it to can only do it once. So each outer rim smuggler can only gain 1 resource per turn. So it's 2 a turn if you have 2.
Then we have Life Debt, which is a yellow hero card to kind of make a tanky character. It's for yellow characters only. It's for Chewbacca. That's basically what this card is for right now, until there's more. Here's the die.
we got Jar Jar Binks' homeland, so hopefully that means we get Jar Jar Binks pretty soon.
We get our next legendary of the pack.
Woo, 2 legendaries.
Ewing. Both of the legendaries so far have 2 specials. 2/3 range side, 2 refocus, 2 resource, and 2 shields. Not shields, but specials. Deal 2 damage to each of an opponent's characters. Give each of your characters 2 shields.
Some nice specials. Got some nice damage on it. 3, 3.
5 cost. I'm not liking the 5 cost element of it. Fair trade. Resolve one of your dice showing a resource, then switch all your resources with your opponents. So you're not shafting anybody for 1 resource, but or with anything less than 1 resource. I've only seen like 1 deck that I would like, man, I wish I had all your resources.
Ooh. Trying to spill out on you.
We got the Blind Samurai.
Chirrut Imwe. Tanian.
Mixed damage. Decent. 1 to modify 2. 2 to modify 1. You can't play blue abilities on this, so it has the same restrictions as that Royal Guard. Only Jedis don't have a holocron to play.
Nope.
After you activate this character, you may re-roll all of your dice showing blanks. I guess it's fitting because he's blind. I'm not really sure.
A decent card. He also is one with the Force, and the Force is with him. It's a decent card.
Well, he's actually dead.
It's going to be played with Maze Albus a lot. That's what I'm seeing from a lot of people. They're like, yeah, I'm going to run him with Blaze. So he might be good. I don't see him being in any tier 1 decks.
I mean, his costs are kind of shitty too with the 12 and 16.
Yeah.
Get that die out of there.
Because Elite raised 12. Yes!
We got Trader himself.
2199 nines.
Since this is your favorite person, you could talk.
So the really cool thing about 2199 that's intriguing a lot of people is that when you play is it just weapon?
A weapon.
Yeah, when you just play a weapon on him, you get to roll that weapon die and immediately resolve it. Do you get to immediately resolve it?
No. If able, you may immediately resolve.
Oh yeah. So you can immediately resolve the die. So basically, if you have a bunch of weapons in your hand and they're all the same cost or cheaper, you can essentially play, roll the die, resolve it. Play, roll the die, resolve it. Play, Well, you can play another one if you have an ambush on it, which is why Vibroblades is so good.
Then we got Caution. Remove a character got to die to give that character 3 shields. I'm sorry, I have to reach in this fucking box. Better start getting more legendaries.
You can lay it down. I know, the fucking bottom of the box better be legendary.
We got Force Heal.
Woo!
A healing card for heroes because heroes need more healing.
Yep.
I'm jealous that this isn't neutral. So I'm not going to spend time on it because I hate it. I only play Dark Side, so unless I play a mill deck with Jin or something.
Yeah.
Then we went over Imperial Inspection already. No Palpatine, no Young Vader.
Still only two legendaries
that I really don't want. But just when things are looking bad, we get
another Chirrut.
Another Blind Samurai. With armor plating as our which is an upgrade. Before attached character takes damage, you may block up to 2 damage. Then you may discard this upgrade from play.
It's kind of like a Hunger Down.
Nah, it's more like a second chance, kind of.
A mini second chance.
Yeah.
There you go.
But you're not healing. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. It's its own entity. All this trash. Lore of Power. A +1/+1/+2, and doesn't say what it modifies.
Wow.
You may resolve the modifier of this die to modify any symbol.
That's actually really good, really intriguing. So you can run that in any deck you want. You can run it damage.
As long as it has blue.
Yeah, as long as it's blue. But you can run it damage or melee. You can run it with ranged, both.
I actually really like that card. I didn't see that card spoiled at all. So that's a surprise.
That's good.
Draw a card. You may play that card for free or discard that card and gain 2 resources.
Help us, everyone. You're our only hope.
It costs 2 though, so you're just, hey, do you want to play this card or do you want a refund for having to play me? Don't be giving no hints.
Woo! Probably one of the top cards in our new meta.
I forgot about this legendary and how bad I wanted it. 4 speed. Just look at that special. If you can. That's a phenomenal card. 1 refocus, 1 shield, 3 specials. The special says take up to 2 additional attacks. Or actions, not attacks.
So, and there's 3 special sides or 2?
3.
3 special sides. God dang. It's a very important card. It's going to be very sought after. People are going to be spending a lot of money on it.
It's going to be one of those cards that if you have the money, you have the way to get the card, you're going to grab 2 copies of.
Yeah.
Especially with the 0 cost and it being neutral.
That and if you're running fast hands as well, it's coupled greatly.
Followed with rocket launcher.
I will be using that. Another legendary.
Oh, we don't know if you're using it.
I will be using it.
3, 3, 4, and a special, all costing a resource. Discard a vehicle from play or deal 2 damage to each to up to 2 different characters. So if it's only a 1-on-1 fight though, this could kill you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And never tell me the odds of the broken yellow hero card. That was a weird packaging.
Me.
We got Rebel Commando. Special, remove an opponent's die.
And it's for a resource. It's got a discard on it.
I guess it's their version of Death Trooper.
2 damage, 1 damage.
Because it's a 10 cost, 10 health. Not nearly as good as a Death Trooper. And sabotages are uncommon.
3 bait and switches I think we have.
I really don't. I'm going to show you guys sometimes that I open these. I really don't like it. I feel like last set I was able to open these really fucking fast, and I can't do it now.
Nice.
Could be that I'm sick. R2D2. Beep boop beep boop. Special. If you roll special, you have to go beep boop or you lose the game.
Yep.
No, it's resolve 1 of your dice, increasing its value by 1.
So R2D2 is gonna a lot better than BB-8 was.
He's usable, but
yeah, he's usable. We have them now.
We have them now. I'm stopping because I never saw this card yet. Right. I try to stay away from spoilers for the most part. Play only if you control the battlefield. Turn up to 4 of your dice. Decides showing melee or range damage. Pretty good for a 2 cost. Let's see if, well, of course, when I open on camera, it opens easily.
Oh, nice. Mon Mothma.
I don't know much about her. Like, period. I don't know her as a character.
She's the leader of the rebellion, basically.
After you play an event, you may re-roll a die of the same color of the event that you just played. I mean, meh?
She's in the...
meh?
She's in the world's... what you call it? Not...
meh?
she's okay. I don't see her in a lot of decks. Yes!
We got another legendary.
Chewbacca. It's our 5th legendary.
Turn opponent's side to a side, showing damage. To deal that damage to a character. Doesn't really fit Chewbacca, I feel.
What is it? What is it again?
Turn an opponent's die to a side showing damage, range or melee, to deal that damage to a character. I mean, but then you're giving him the damage to do.
Well, I mean, I don't know, he rips people's arms off. That's anything.
Cheat.
Oh, yes, cheat. Very good card.
And another butthole. Is that really 5 legendaries?
That's 5.
I don't think that's 5.
Yes, that is.
That's 4.
That's 5.
What are they?
Rocket launcher,
Rocket launcher, okay.
4-speed U-wing, light bow, and shield.
Okay, you're right. Rocket launcher got put in the rares for some reason. Probably because of you. So we got one more legendary in here. So I'm hoping for Director Kendrick. Because, yeah. Because, I mean, one Palpatine isn't going to be that great. Isn't this Darth Vader's droid?
No.
I don't know fucking shit, apparently.
Darth Vader doesn't have an astromech.
I thought he had, like, death droids from...
No, there's an all-black one, but it's not his.
And Carbonite Chamber.
Ooh, carbon tree chamber. Oh, man, the mess.
Bitch, you better not be legendary good.
No, she's not. But it is one of the new really good meta cards, Maz Kanata.
Lots of refocusing. After you activate this character, you may resolve up to 2 of your dice.
So again, another extra actions new meta card that's going to be used a lot. She's being used, been paired with Poe.
Switch battlefield with a battlefield that's not being used and use the claim ability. See, I like this one, especially if you depend on your battlefield. Even if you don't depend on your battlefield, I fucking like that. If that was a 0 cost, it'd probably go in each of my decks. At least one of. Next we got some sort of training.
What is this, force training?
Makakashika.
Makashi training.
1/2/2 modified. Just play spot a blue character. It's an upgrade action. Remove one of your dice, showing melee damage, and exhaust this upgrade to remove a die showing melee damage.
So it's all modified sides for the damage. So I mean, it's not bad. +1, +2, +2.
And only a 2 cost. It's really not that bad. It's something you could switch out for some of the higher costing cards.
What was our uncommon?
One that we went over a bunch.
Oh, okay.
The dice looks fucking really cool. Force push.
Oh.
It's probably the best looking die I've seen in this game. 2/2 range, 2 discard, 2 specials. Blue character only turn up to 2 of your opponent's dice to sides of your choice. It's like a force choke without the damage. I actually really like the card. It's neutral. Scrap by play if you have 3 or more cards in your discard pile. Add a random card from your discard pile to your hand.
Not bad, not bad.
With a 0 cost, that's really not bad. It's villains only though, so fuck off, mate.
I'm playing a villains deck. What are you talking about?
You're never gonna play a villains deck.
The main deck I want to play this set is villains.
And we got our last legendary.
This is our last pack.
No.
Oh.
We have the Emperor. Palpatine.
Well, at least we got one. One's better than none.
21 and 28 cost, so if you play him like that, or play him at 2, you probably can't play anything else. 2, 3, range sides, 2 discard, 2 shields, 1 resource. After resolve this, die. Force an opponent to deal 2 damage to their characters distributed as they wish. I really need to find what I want to pair just one with, because I do like Palpatine, but just having one is rough, and I'm sure it's gonna be one of those really expensive cards.
I'm sure you could do him with like a what's it called, with a Death Trooper.
I really wish you could, but he's 21 for 1 die.
Oh, there's something that has to be 9.
You'd have to do it with a regular trooper. This pack got all crazy. There it is. Con Artist. Yellow character only. Place 1 damage on this upgrade. Then discard cards from the top of an opponent's deck equal to the amount of damage to this, so it keeps stacking. That's fucking... That's going in my Jabba deck. That's definitely going in the Jabba deck. Pre-open them.
The last 2, yeah, pre-open them for you.
Next, we have another book.
Obi-Wan's journal.
Piece of shit card. Don't run it. Ever. Throw it away.
Watch it be like in the top of your deck. It'd be really good.
And another armor plating. In the last deck, or last pack, is Personal Shield. Before an attached character is dealt 2 or more range damage, you may exhaust this upgrade to give the attached character a shield.
That's villains only. That's interesting.
1, 2, and 3 for a resource and a resource.
So basically their version of Diplomatic Immunity, kind of.
Yeah, but Diplomatic Immunity just gives you more value.
Our first ammo belt. That's nice.
So, to kind of go over the legendaries, because I know that's what people care about, we have Palpatine, Rocket Launcher, Chewbacca, Force Speed, which you probably can barely see at that angle, a U-Wing, and a handcrafted light bow. The Chewie, the Palpatine, and the Force Speed are all really good hits.
Yeah. Rocket launcher is not terrible.
I really don't like the first 2 with the handcrafted light bow or the U-Wing, but hey, it may have its place. So, that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
May the 4th be with you.
Konnor, you ever say some gay shit like that?